Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Haley and today's video is all about owning a puppy. This is for first time puppy owners, or if you are raising a puppy and you're kind of like, oh, you know what, I'd like to brush up on some things. This is the video for you. We just got a brand new puppy 2 months ago. I'm sorry I haven't introduced her yet on this channel. I've just been so preoccupied with other things. We'll get to see her today. She is a Woodle, so she's part Wheaten Terrier and Poodle. She is 4 months old now. Oh my gosh, she's 4 months old. She's the sweetest little gentlest thing you'll ever see. This is my baby Khaleesi. She's about 20 pounds, but she still feels so light. She's the softest. Hypoallergenic. If you have allergies, I highly recommend a Woodle. They're very smart, they're active, always having your tail wag. But oh my, today I wanted to kind of talk to you and show you some products that have really helped with our puppy journey. Without further ado, let's get into the video. It is Monday. I am so tired. I literally went to work. For my people who work full-time and are trying to build a side hustle on the side, I hear you. I feel you. I am dying inside. I'm just kidding. It is amazing how I feel before coffee. Like, I have a coffee in the morning, but it's amazing how I feel like before my afternoon coffee. I literally was like, I'm not filming today. I'm unmotivated. I can't do anything. I suck. I literally went to Starbucks. I had like 4 sips. I was like, I can do anything. Like I said, we have a new puppy. We do have an older dog as well, older. He's going to be 2 in May. His name is Theo. He's a golden doodle, a big male golden doodle, but the sweetest angel baby you would ever know. And if you watch my vlogs and stuff, like, he's in that. He loves his new sister. We are very, very blessed that they get along. By the way, all the products that I'm going to talk about are going to be linked below. These are affiliate links, so that means I do receive a small commission off of them. But if you click on it, you don't owe any money or anything. It's just if you buy something, I get a percentage back. It has nothing to do with your money. I'm not taking your money, I promise, I promise. Let's talk about supplies that you need. A food and water bowl, obviously. Now, don't go crazy, because if you're gonna have a puppy who grows into a larger breed, I recommend just getting whatever bowl you're gonna use for them. So we just got the big bowls. They have like a wooden stand, so if your dog's gonna be a bit bigger and taller, you can put the food and water in the bowls on that little wooden stand, and it's great for them. I just take the bowls out when they're little and put them on like a little mat, and they eat from there. It's perfect. Another thing that I really recommend is a crate. Theo, my older dog, we crated him for like an entire year, and then we started letting him out, sleeping around the apartment, trusting him, and over time there was no issues. With puppies, you really want to crate train. Just having peace of mind when you leave the house that the dog is away and you know they're not going to get into any trouble or hurt themselves. If you have a puppy who's a larger breed, I recommend just getting a large crate. Whatever size that full-grown dog is gonna fit in one day, get that now for your puppy, because you don't want to buy a small crate and then you have to keep buying bigger crates as your dog gets bigger. And they usually come with these like wire dividers, and what you do is you hook it inside the crate and it can create a smaller space. You want to make sure that the puppy can just fit in that little space, because if they have any more room to just lie there, they're gonna pee and poop all over the crate. Another product that really helps with separation anxiety for puppies, especially when they're sleeping in their crate or you're away, is this stuffed animal has like a heartbeat, and it like pulsates, and like the puppy thinks that it's like their litter mate, and so they don't get lonely, they don't cry so much. So that has been a lifesaver for us. We love that thing. So another thing that I do recommend is a blanket. You can use any old blanket just to drape over the crate, so that way the puppy feels safe and it's nice and dark at night, and they're not kind of like looking around, looking out of the crate and crying because nobody's there with them. Another thing that's helped with sleeping and crate training is a sound machine. First of all, I sleep with a sound machine because I'm an infant baby and I need some sort of loud, constant noise, like a white noise. I need that. Put the white noise on and she can't hear like us walking around. She can't hear cars outside. It is amazing. Okay, next up are some essentials. Get some puppy chews, things for them to bite on. We are very lucky and our puppy really doesn't bite anything, doesn't bite the furniture, doesn't bite our hands. Theo, when he was a puppy, it was literally a different puppy than Khaleesi, who's our Woodle. Our puppy's name is Khaleesi, by the way. Mother of dragons, you know. My Game of Thrones fans? Anybody? Okay, now if you do have a puppy that chews furniture, I recommend this spray. So what this does, it is a spray that kind of like tastes bad. You spray it on things that you don't want your dog to chew. Now, I do recommend showing them that you're spraying it so they don't just think everything tastes weird. We sprayed it on like table legs and like the bottoms of couches and anything we don't want our puppy to chew. Next up, puppy toys. Get a bunch of toys. My dogs are my children. I literally get them so many things. What I do recommend though is to rotate the toys. Have your little toy box of all the puppy stuff in it, but maybe put like 3 toys out. And then the puppy goes to it, they're like, oh my God, toys. And then they get bored of it and they start going around and chewing other things. Take those 3 toys out, put 3 different ones in there. They're like Christmas Day. Yup. Check below for some toys that I recommend. I can't remember all of them right now, but definitely check below. Next up is puppy treats. Our new puppy is very, very sensitive. What the veterinarian recommended was to take her kibble and use that as a treat. I highly recommend doing that, guys. You want to train your puppy, but you don't want their stomach to get upset, and too much of anything is just a lot for them. I just recommend taking like 10 kibbles, maybe even breaking them up if you wanted, or cutting them up, whatever, and just training them with that. Next up is collars and leashes. I do recommend just getting a collar that is adjustable, especially when you have a puppy who's growing really fast. You don't want to be buying a new collar every couple of months. One that kind of grows with your puppy. There are some options at Petco, or you can check down below for the one that I use. As for leashes, I don't like the ones that have like the wire that come out and they retract. That's not my thing. I do like the leashes that are a rope. It's really durable. Now with collars, my older dog does have a prong collar and a regular collar. So the prong collar kind of controls him because he's really, really strong. And it doesn't have anything too sharp. They're just like dulled down prongs. So if he pulls, it kind of like tightens on his neck a little bit and he won't pull. Our trainer did recommend that. It does help us control him a lot better when we're walking, and he heals now. He's a really well-trained dog, except for jumping. Doodles, golden doodles especially, jumpers. Can't get it out of him. Just impossible. That's what we're gonna do with our puppy too, because whatever we did with him has been working. So another thing that you may not have thought of is getting a pet tag, which I actually have to order because I literally thought about it while I was writing this list today. Pet tag with the puppy's name on it and then your address. Another thing that I do recommend is a bell for the door. Use the doorbell for our puppy to ring. The point of it is for the dog to go, ring the bell, and then be let outside. Training with the bell is really, really easy. When you're gonna take the dog out, or when they seem like they're sniffing around, they need to go to the bathroom, you take them to the bell, you give them a treat, you take their paw, they ring the bell, you say outside or let's go potty, then you take them outside, let them do their business, give them another treat. Dogs are really, really food driven. It is so important to constantly have treats on you. I definitely recommend that if you're struggling with potty training. Okay, another thing, shampoo. Link the one that I use down below. It is so great smelling. Oh my gosh. I showed this in my last Amazon haul video. It's called the True Blue Conditioning Shampoo. Conditions your dog so nicely, and the smell lasts for quite a while, I gotta say. Another thing I recommend is getting a nail trimmer. You could either get a clipper, you can get what we got, like an electric nail buffer. So you have the actual device and you put the dog's nail in it and it kind of files it down. Highly recommend it in general because it really, really just buffs their nails down and it kind of avoids the whole clipping part. Okay, and last thing that I recommend to get for your puppy are cute accessories. Oh my gosh, get a little bow tie, a little bow for the hair, get some cute bedazzled collars. Your dog is gonna be as bougie as you are. Next up are basic commands you should be teaching your puppy. So we took Theo, my older dog, to a trainer when he was a puppy, and she taught me literally everything that I know. Honestly guys, training is consistency. Have treats on hand, do it every day. I would say half an hour to an hour a day, and just be consistent. And everybody in your household has to be on the same page as you, especially with the way that you praise them. So for instance, if I'm teaching sit, I will have the dog and I'll sit their butt down, and when they do it, you say yes, and then you give them a treat right away. So what that yes is doing, it's like a marker, like a good job, positive reinforcement. What some people do is get a clicker and it'll click, and when the dog hears that click, they know they've done a good job. You could do a clicker, but you can use your voice. So consistency is definitely key. So basic commands to teach: sit and lay down. I would say to start. Get those mastered. Once they have those, you can move on to these other ones. Another command is off. That's really good for if your dog is jumping up on people or onto things. You say off and they come off of it. Another is come. So when they hear their name, they come to you, or if they're like doing something they're not supposed to, running away or like trying to escape, you say come and they come to you. The last one that I do recommend is wait or place. That command is really, really helpful if your dog greets people when they come in. It's just too overwhelming for the guests. Have them go sit in their bed and wait or place until you say break. That's like a whole in-depth training. I am not an expert, but we use the command wait. So we use it with like them eating their food. We'll have both the dogs sit down and we'll tell them to wait. They'll both sit there. Even the new puppy, she sits there now. and I can leave the room and come back, and until I say break, they won't leave that spot until I tell them to. The next part of this video are my tips, my tricks, my advice, things I've learned. Again, I'm doing this the second time now, and it is a lot easier knowing the things that I've learned and found out from people. So, number one, puppies can get car sick. That's great. That's amazing. Our vet was saying it was because of anxiety and just motion sickness in general. He recommended to get them used to the car just by playing with them in the car or bringing toys into the car and letting them sit there and enjoy their time, then slowly taking them a short distance. So every day, like maybe like first day you go a mile, second day you go 2 miles. Also, when you're picking up your puppy for the first time, please have towels in the car. We did not, and just, it was a mess. Another thing, cleaning their food and water bowls. Please do this. It's gross if you don't. There's this stuff that gets on there, I think it's called like biofilm or something. It's slimy, it's awful, really, really awful. Dogs can get sick if you don't clean out their water and food dish, and you really should be doing it daily. I know I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna say I do it every single day, but I try to. Just a quick hand wash and put it back in. I know everybody's gonna tell you this. If you're somebody who hasn't gotten a puppy yet and you really want one, dogs are a big responsibility. They're going to be your entire life. And it is amazing when they're older and trained and they're your best friends. At first, it is so hard. It is very, very difficult, especially if there's just one of you. Now, luckily, Dwayne and I, we kind of split shifts. We wake up in the middle of the night to take the dog out. Puppies need to be let out. They have very small bladders. They say the bladder can be held for as long as old they are, +1. Does that make sense? So let's say, for instance, your dog is 3 months old. Okay, so 3 hours +1 is 4. So the dog can hold their bladder for 4 hours. Now, this isn't the case overnight. They can hold it just a little bit longer. I would say 5 hours though, when they're that little. You wanna get up in the middle of the night to take them out potty and then bring them back in. It's so important if you don't want them to mess in their cage. Dogs are very clean animals, so they don't want that either. Keep that in mind when getting a puppy. Your time is going to be just completely taken up by this puppy, and I mean, that makes sense. They're a baby. They rely completely on you. I did mention about crate training before, but one little tip that I do recommend: if your dog goes in their crate and cries at night, do not take them out. They're going to cry and scream, and you're gonna feel so bad. Don't do it, because the moment you take them out, they're gonna always cry to come out. I do recommend putting a crate in a different room. A lot of people keep the crate in their bedroom. Why? I don't know, just why? I know they say, well, it keeps the dog feeling comforted and they can smell you, but in my experience, we tried it in the bedroom and they still were upset in their crate crying. Put the dog in a different room, set an alarm to get up to take them out. It's worked for us, truly. If you already have a dog and you're considering getting another dog, I highly recommend. Dogs are pack animals. They love to be with one another. They love each other. Luckily with our dog, he loves other dogs. So when we brought her home, we were a little nervous because he's really, really energetic. They fell in love with each other right away. They play all day, they cuddle. It is just, it's cuteness central here. I love the saying that we got a puppy for our dog. We really did. He is so tired from her. He used to never be tired. His energy was never burnt out. And with this puppy, it's like he's taking care of her and he's like, why'd you do this to me? I feel like this is kind of obvious, but I just want to throw it in there. Puppies need vaccinations. We just went to an affordable vaccination center this time. Vaccinations are really, really important. So make sure you're getting on that like right away, or right before you even get the puppy. I would schedule vaccinations with the vet in your area, because sometimes it's really, really hard to get into. So when they get older, about 6 months old, you're gonna want to get heartworm and flea and tick treatment. Flea and tick, you could either do like a liquid one, it goes in the back of their neck. Heartworm, we just do like a little tablet that they chew, and my dog likes it like a treat. So again, Khaleesi, our puppy, is not getting it yet because she's not 6 months, but at 6 months we will order some for her too. And that's something you do monthly. That's something I didn't know when I got a puppy for the first time, so I'm just putting it out there in case you guys are trying to get a list of all these things to do and accomplish. Along with vaccinations, I do recommend getting a microchip for your dog. You don't have to like go under or anything. You can track them if they ever ran away, got lost, you register it, and then you can always make sure you know where your dog is at all times. My last thing to say today is you are going to fall in love with your puppy. They are going to become your best friend. They may aggravate you and be very, very stressful when they're little, and you may regret even getting a puppy, but I'm telling you, you are their whole world. These dogs are literally my life. I love them. I couldn't imagine my life without them. I hope you found this video helpful. I know I rambled on and on, but hopefully it has some sort of organization organization and you learned something new today. This is literally my entire brain just spilled out into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow my socials down below. Again, if you wanted to see any of the links for the products that I've talked about today, you can look down below and purchase the products there. Say bye. Bye.